Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Yes, my dear big cat. I'm going to give you a moment for the big cats to assemble because we've got something to talk about, darling dear. What? What is it going to be? A fake friend or friends, darling dears. They are what? A lead balloon in your life. Never forget, big cat, you hold the whip. You are Khaleesi or Carl. You run things. Things don't run you. Yes. Let's dive in, darling dears. Let's unpack. Let me just limber up my throat chakra first. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So we can cuss out them quati. Yes, baby. The planetary energies are, darling. What's their quati? They've everything, darling dear. A bad-minded friend is a lead balloon. They will kill you dead. You and a friend could work at the same job, earn the same pay, and they will waste their skrillers, darling dears. But you, big cat, you are what? The cat with the bag. You will save up for your higher education, for that little what? Chariot of righteousness. They always put a little in front of it. You will save your good skriller. And they will kill you brown bread for it. The planetary energies are. Let's dive in, darling dears. The moon, the skullduggerous moon, has landed smack bang in the middle of Libra, the house of partnerships, darling dears. The 7th house. I nearly choked on my tongue. Somebody don't want me to talk about it. Well, guess what? I'm a chatty cat. I'm a fearless cat. And no one's gonna check me, boo. Fist bump. As I was saying, the skullduggerous moon is in Libra, offering you a chance to find equilibrium in your relationships, partnerships, compromises, and agreements. You must strive to be diplomatic in all of your dealings. The sun, which is the king of the sky, darling dears. The sun has a great impact on all planets, and it's extremely meaningful, darling dears. Any planet that comes closer to the sun loses energy and natural factors, causing a combustion. Why do I say that? I say that to say this. The moon, the skullduggerous moon, is in combustion in the 7th house of partnerships. So you can expect, darling dear, health issues, infidelity in marriages and long-term relationships. Trust issues with your frenemies, darling dears. And for some, it's a possible chance of miscarriages. Guard your fetuses, darling dears. Some of these friends are jealous because you are pregnant. Even if you are a single parent, they're still jealous of you. Why? Because you are the comeback king or queen, darling dear. Fist bump. They hate your guts. They hate your eyelashes. Yet they're a captive audience. And remember, a frenemy will keep your real enemies, the known enemies, updated, darling dear, as they will always be on the balls of their feet as merchants of slander. Mocha sipped, don't get smoked, and don't smoke yourself. Yes, my dear big cat, a fake friend is jealous of your 6 G's, darling dears. You've got God, growth, goals, gifts, greatness, and gratitude. And there's a 7th one, gangster. You was what? Reborn a thug and gonna die a gangster cat with the bag, I might add. Pinkies up. Everybody's not meant to go with you, my dear big cat. They're not on the same level as you. They are on demon time, darling dear, with their bad mind, right? And their skullduggerous scuppering ways. You can't take your energy and put it into someone else and make them what you are, they would love it. They would love to be in your skin, in a Silence of the Lambs kind of a way, darling dears. They will. They are what sons or daughters of Pennywise the Clown. Prakala or Prakalisha is their name. And what FORCAST blood is their game. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We're going in, guys. You had or will have to cut a lot of people out of your existence. You can't afford to worry about how they're doing. Worry about how they're doing when they want you barking at passing cars at Destiny's door, selling matchsticks outside the train station, black, bruh, or sister. They talk about you, your progeny, what you've got going on, but it's all supposition and speculation, guys, especially when they're on a plastic seat in the nosebleed section. Good golly and gosh. There's levels to this shiznai, darling dears. Your circle of friendship should be tight and right, darling dear. And if you are a soldier of one, you are never alone. Remember, I came back from the dead. And I still realize they ain't that bitch. They ain't the one, blood. Yes. Really and truly, darling dears. These hood-looking alfalfas with T-Rex arms and trippy-talker ways, waiting to trip you up and carrying any morsel you dare to let go, right? Honey, thinking, oh, this is my friend. Friend? Then couldn't wait for you to get up from the table so they could scandalize you and take your deepest secret to your strongest enemies, darling dears. Good God. They need to left off a what? Point A and point B, guys. Yes, it's tatty because we use it often. We're going to use the witch's oracle wisdom to see what Guan. What does your ancestors think about this melee? This unfortunate set of circumstances that you've got to deal with. This is why I told you, we do goosey badass on a daily basis. Because there's liars, thieves, cheaters and users. Oh my, if I had pearls, I'll be clutching them archers with you. They are a back front neck tabber. They get no S, darling dears. These frenemies, straight from the crevice of the devil's balls. All they can do is be jealous and wish wickedness on you, darling dears. Wickedness. They're a hater. They come with the bad vibes, the bad intention, the bad advice, and they've got bad credit. Good God, a whole what plethora. In the law enforcement, it's called an orgy of evidences, darling dears. Evidences. I don't like the sound of cracking knuckles. I just go so far, darling dears. That alone makes me want to tear off my lace front and beat the person with it. I don't like when people crack their knuckles and their toes. What are you cracking like that for, blood? Let's see what's going on with these frenemies, darling dears. These frenemies. What does your ancestors think about this? Anything you told them in secret, darling dear. That's what I'm saying. You can break up a friendship. You don't get along, darling dear. But this person or people will be merchants of slander. Listen, if me and you were friends and it was an amicable fallout, even if it was a bad fallout, right? I'm not going to air out your secrets. You're not going to do that, big cat. You still want them to eat, but just not from your table. This person is what? A merchant of slander. Every secret you told them is an open book for any what? Dummy, bat, or feeble-minded. They've got a whole buffet of your life. The ancestor says no. The universal computer says no. Didn't you see it jump on its head? Listen, they aren't your friends, darling dears, and they are on what? Demon time. My cards don't lie. People do. Tell them at the back. But don't tell them if they're a frenemy. We lead with what? Communicative dance of love and light and a quick one of these. Like I said, you can fall out with people. You don't wish them badness, right? You don't. They can eat where they want, just not at your tableau, big cat. There is no what? Revolving door in your life. I told you. And they've done no shadow work. And they're getting their what? Their intel from their master, the leader, the shadow one, darling dear. Who's that? The devil, darling dears. The crevice of the devil's balls. They live in the 7 levels of Dante's hell. They're living in a mud hut. And they're throwing stones at whatever you've got going on. Why? Because you don't want to be friends with them. Why? Because you don't want to die. They will lead you to your death, darling dear. They want a little link up, a little meet up. That time they've got someone to give you the iron ball, darling dear. And you know what I mean, the quick pow pow. When you lose a big cat's friendship, they must miss you forever, darling dears. The realness you brought to the table, the help. Sometimes the energy you put into them trying to get them great. They will take their help and then they will hate you for it, darling dears. Base of the deck, well, guess what? They're going through the watchtower of the what? Of the north. This is the DNS, darling dear, the dark night of the soul. Had to look over my shoulder. I told you, I be the red light, green light champion of 79. As are you, bestie. Pinkies are. They're going through it, mate. They're going for it and they can't understand why. Things are going bad in their life. Listen, badness will bleed and what called septis, darling dear. Septis for these skullduggerous what? Sons or daughters of Pennywise the Clown. My lips are thin and my eyes are slitty. Let's put that here so we can see what's going on. Let's get a rune stone. We're going with this one here. You have 2 of them, darling dear. When you cast rune stones, you read them from right to left, darling dears. Big cat. Fortunately, this is coming out for you all of the time of late. You got the blank rune. Make a wish, darling dear, but be careful what you wish for because you're going to get it. The blank rune doesn't come out often. And know this, Divine has given you what? A blank tableau, darling dear, to write whatever you want into your existence. You are a co-creating champion. You are a creatrix. Right? And you're being protected. This is what? Ewas, represented by the Temperance in Tarot. You're an earth angel. You did too much good to the wicked. Yeah, you did too much good for them. This is why they hate your guts. They hate your eyelashes. And they talk about your everything. I told you anything you told them in a weak moment thinking it was your friend when it was nothing but an ear hustler. An ear hustler. Big cat. Iwas is represented by the letter Y. Yes, we've all come to the Y, but we don't stay there too long, darling dear, when we've got the whole world to be our conquering. This is about who what? Being in what? They saw you as trustworthy, darling dear, but what they did, they put you in defensive mode. They put you on that rocky road, right? The journey to what? Go within, darling dear. Go within and look at your own self in every situation. Be the common denominator and realize that you had to what? Minus the big cat from confusion, destruction, right? And fallacy. These feeble-minded ones. The numbers 56, 57, 58, and 59. I feel like I want to bring out the domino. This is a 6, darling dear. 6 and a 6 goes to a 12. What's the 12 in tarot? The hangman, darling dear. This friendship will bring you to the prison or the hospital, darling dear. There was always an obstacle in your life. You didn't see it. Sometimes you have to step outside of a situation to see the big picture. This person always had a what? A knife. Yes, baby. For your neck, your back, your front, darling dear. There was always a tabber, right? But you didn't believe they would be so evil-eyed towards you. They are. They're bad-minded, darling dear. The double 6. Lean in, big cat. Lean in, right? It always tells you what? Happiness is ahead, which has already been told to you by the blank rune, darling dear. You're a happiness expert. They're going to see and they're going to know that you pee glitter, shit cupcakes, and fart rainbows. Listen, you continue to get your what? Every mickle make a mackle. Get your skrilla together, darling dears. Get yourself together. Get yourself a portfolio. Use your little pennies, right? Make them into pounds. Do those higher educations. Do it, darling dear. And win. A race that you didn't even want to win. They was racing against you when you are the baddest of them all. You are Ibex. built for this shiznai. You are the GOAT of land and sea, darling dear. I don't know what's the matter with these jackasses. They need to jack off, right? And go back to their maker. Who's that? The devil, darling dears. I already told you. They got the trippy talker ways and the T-Rex arms, and they're going for blood. Your blood, darling dears. But happiness will always follow you when you realize that you was dealing with those that are dumb as a crumb, the dull-eyed simpletons, darling dear. Their life is a crisis. Listen, don't be fooled by the hype, darling dear. They're going for it, the dark night of the soul, and they're looking for someone to come and save them from it. I had to look over my shoulder. I told you, the DNS now catch me again, blood. Again, I had to look over my shoulder. They are what? The Beetlejuice and the Candyman in your life. They want to tongue wrestle, and some of them will go as far as wanting to tussle with you in the dust. Talking about dust, this has got nothing to do with it. I was minding my own business. You know how I mind my... Listen, if minding my own business had a picture next to it, you'd be seeing me doing this next to it, darling dear. Right there. Minding my own business, right? I was minding my own business yesterday, and I saw something drop on TikTok. China has said that they're about to do expand their territories. They're going for a land grab. Guess where they're going? To Antarctica. I couldn't believe it. I called to my progeny. I said, "Oh Shay, come on, bring my what? My traveling wig stands. We've got a holiday to go on. Listen, I'll be right there with the Chinese mate at Antarctica to see what goes on, because I like to find out she's naive. Listen. Love it. I don't hate it. And who's going to stop China from breaking that treaty? Why have they blocked everyone out from going there? Admiral Byrd says there's further land past the ice walls, but they're keeping us in this tight little circle as they give us the jab, the jab. If you took it, you'll be sorry, mate. That jab will what? Sterilize you, darling dears. You won't be able to reproduce the way you want. Yes, baby, I've told you. You heard it here first. How many people have died, right, from, they say, unrelated? Yeah, really? Really? Tell it to the spirit world, darling dear. Not me, mate. You ain't catching me. I'm a dexterous cat. I pay attention. As must you, because we're besties. Pinkies up. China's taken a land grab. I told you, when you come here, you are Jamaican, you are British, you are Cockney, and you're Chinese. Shut up. Don't argue with me. I've been saying it. Let's carry on, darling dears. We need to talk about these frenemies, guys. Creeping up on you. Like what? A cheap lace thong, darling dear. Cheap lace thong in your life. Getting into the cracks and crevices they've got no business being here. These birds that flew past their nest. Base of the deck, world card. You ended circumstances and situations, yet they're still watching your every move. Why? To see if you failed, to see if you're lonely, in need of their company. I've told you already, I would rather stand in front of all of my known enemies, right? Naked, right? And they've got the 5G and full internet, right? In the rain with pins in my eyes, then take back a frenemy that I've unmasked. Good God. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. No blood. These frenemies are lead balloons in your life, darling dear. They want to know your next move so they can pray against it, darling dears. Laugh at your back. In your face, big cat. Oh yes, big cat. That's a very good idea. Go ahead. And in their mind, they're laughing. They're laughing, wishing and hoping. And listen, some will go as far as using Google spell to try and get you into an entanglement of wickedness. When I went to my younger sister's night, Jacqueline Susan Martin, last year, February the 5th to be exact, 2 known enemies, right, that did me dirty, came up to me. They had the cheek to come to the night, right, and they thought they could tap me on my shoulder and we'd be friends. Good God! Oh, child! Shiver me timbers. I was like, what incarnation is this? Why are these scourges thinking that I would be their friend again? I would rather eat glass on a regular basis, washed down by a quick glass of bleach, than take the friendships back again. A known enemy that I've uncovered? Oh no! How now, brown cow? Nah, black. Had me speaking in tongues, but not to them. They got silencio. I paid them dust. What's this? What did I say? They came to rob, steal, and kill. Destabilize your foundations, darling. There are 4 of wands on its face. This is not an 11-11 fade. This is what? A back, front, neck, tabbing snake. And in their life is what? They're having a lot of destabilization. This is somebody who's arguing. A lot of fiery stuff is going on around them. What did I say? They'd be on that horse, darling. They're anything you've told them. They're out there running the streets, right? Telling people telling them this and telling them that, big cat, Knight of Swords. And they're quick about it. That's what I'm saying. You can break up a friend. If me and you ain't friends, me and you ain't friends. I've got nothing to give the public, right? You can still eat, but not from my table. This person has been trying to bring you down, darling dears. They're giving out all sorts of what? Wrong intel. False allegations come through Rick Ross. Posh clap. They want you to be heartbroken, darling dear. Over what? The destabilization and the loss of their friendship. Listen, the trash took itself out, darling dears. It took itself out. What they want, this is messages, darling dears, messages. They sent out they wrote a lot of messages, hot messages with your intel. If you send them anything by a text message, trust and believe it was sent out. And the energy that they wanted to get from it, they're not getting for it. 8 of wands on its face, a lead balloon, darling dear. Created what? Nothing but the dark night of the soul for themselves. Right, I had to look over my shoulder again. What's this? And they're in a situation where what? Their partner doesn't even want them, darling dear. They may be one of many. Good God. Good God. Their partner has a whole roster. A whole roster. Right? Their partner does not love them in the upright. This is true love's first kiss coming through, darling dear. This is what? This is Cupid's arrows. You know how I feel about Cupid, right? But I'm loud Cupid case. Okay, right? In the reverse, their partner doesn't even want them. If they've got a partner, their partner treats them like shit. They're in a destabilized foundation where there's a lot of what? Tomfoolery, darling dears, where they're being gaslighted and cussed out on a regular basis. Their partner talks to them like they're shit. They're hearing things like, I'm better than you. Anybody's better than you. You ain't nothing. They're hearing all of these things, darling dears. All the ones on its face, guys. The ones on its face speaks about no inner strength. They're inside of them is like a soft dumpling. That's a Chinese dumpling that's soft, no good, right? What you give to babies, darling dears. What else? And they're effing skin peeling liar. Good God. Big cat, if this don't make your ovaries shake and your scrotum shrink right up into the middle of your back, I don't know what will. And they're jealous and they're telling everything. And they're giving it the what? Dubplate remix. They're lying as well, darling dear. Queen of Swords on its face is someone who is bitter to their core. They get up bitter and they go to bed bitter. And in a situation, Queen of Swords in the upright is someone who's able to speak. They can't even speak up in their own household, darling dears. They must shut up and take whatever energy. The partner who doesn't want to be there, who doesn't love them. Yes! Partners, it could also be friendships, darling dears. I told you. With the moon in the 7th house, darling dear, things are being combusted. Clarify their destabilized mud hut. What's going on in their mud hut, right? Yes, baby. They're arguing over money, darling dear. They're waiting for something to come in. Could be money, could be a job, darling dear. Something that they've been waiting for a long time. Pentacles is something tangible. If they're waiting on nurturing, they ain't getting that shit. I told you, they get cussed out on a regular basis behind them closed doors. It feels like behind those prison walls. Yes, baby. Come through Jacure. Posh clap. Yes, baby. It's all going on there, darling dear. Are they remembering your loyalty? Do they think you're gonna come back? You ain't coming back. Nah, blood, they better not hold their breath. They'll be in what? The hands of the maker, darling dears, getting the judgment they truly deserve. Outrageous. What's this? And they're still watching you, darling dear, lying and spying. They're a page, Pwah! Right? They're watching you because the Page of Swords speaks about being curious about life. They're seeing you being learned, studious, darling, just minding your own business, and they're watching. Watching for what? What are they hoping for? Right? Look! You've already washed your face like David. They're still talking about you in them streets. They will always talk about you because you came through with true loyalty. Remember, round here we do the boosie badass. These people gave you what? Pisanphobia, where you trust no one. They gave you misophonia. You can't bear to see them blinking and braving. So you removed yourself from the situation because you would end up in prison like R. Kelly. You would. You would. Clarify the Knight of Swords. They was quick to go and tell all of your business, darling dears. Quick. They got on their high horse. They thought that if they were scoring some kind of point by running and telling all of your this and that. They did. This frenemy. Look, they was never your friend, a betrayer, toxic trick, darling dear. And that friend had a best friend, and all of them didn't like you, right? They didn't like the fact that you're a happiness expert and commander of the bag, darling dear. This is you breaking generational curses when you realize that you was what? You was the one that had it all along, darling dear. You was the Dorothy in their life, right? What's behind that? And you're vigilant, blood. You're vigilant. You're not allowing them to wound you. I told you there's a lot of hot gossip going on behind your back. The Sun card has the brick wall there for a reason. You're putting the what? The past and the negativity behind you like a ponytail. Oh no. How now, brown cow? These toxic tricks that never liked you, darling dear. They was only around you to find out your business so they could run tell that. Outrageous, I know. They don't like the fact you ain't taking them back, darling dear. No matter what, you don't need them. All you need is God as the what? The head of your table, Father, God, Mother Isis, and your ancestral team, your way shows the spiritual guides. One is a highly spiritual card, darling dear. One speaks about relationships as well as spiritual journeys, right? Being on a path. You're on a path. You are a humble warrior. Base of the deck, and they ain't changed one bit, darling dear. No transformation to them. Death card, Scorpio energy on its face. What else? God separated you for a reason, darling dear. A reason. Because they was betraying you. You have to remember your ancestral team, your way shows, your spiritual guides, Father, God, Mother, Isis, heard and saw things you didn't. And what is he going to highlight? Look, when you lay down the cards, you must also look to see what's in juxtapose to the betraying back, front, neck tabbers, darling dears. These are people that meditated, spellcasters, darling dears, because you can meditate on words of wickedness and failure to bring someone down. This is why I tell you, big cat, you must always move in silencio. You were separated, isolated from them because they're betrayers, right? And they're toxic, right? And they're not quite like you, just like Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is not quite the same. Yeah, block game, darling dear. Block party when you let them go, or you're about to let them go, because they will be revealing themselves. I told you, big cat, the moon is in Libra, right? And it's combust. So you're going to get the trust issues are going to raise its ugly head. You're going to have relationship issues. And if you're pregnant, you know what they wish, darling dear. God forbid. Base of the deck. What did I say? A spell casting heifer. Luke 22:48. Right? No! The disingenuous cup, there will come Knight of Cups, is someone that loves to take that cup to everyone. Yes, baby, why? They want to come for your 10th cup. You could have a happy home. Progeny, if you're having it, if you're having it, or have them, darling dear. They would love to destabilize your foundation. But oh no, They can't bring you down, not when the universe has said to you, whatever you like, because you had to go on that spiritual path. I told you, you are a humble warrior, big cat. Ibex, built for this. You break generational curses with the least effort, darling dear. They would love to come back and be what? A tampon string in your life and get a hold of your psychological password, this spellcasting heifer. And they're bitter and they're jealous and they're lying. Airbenders they be. Base of the deck. Guess what? Karma has found their address. When you see the karma card on its face, they're on the rinse and repeat cycle, darling dear. They created a lot of injustices in your life. They never came to be your friend, darling dear. They didn't. They came to see what you have and to what? Do a land grab. Yeah, a proverbial land grab. Base of the deck. There was a challenge from the start. Or they came to you, right? And they always had drama, issues. There was always something going on. Some fire that you had to help them put out. There was drama, king or queen. It followed them. Yes, baby. Base of the deck. Right? And they're always choosing to be in the midst, fiery, gossiping, right? Taking efforts towards it. They've got the short stick in life, darling dear. Challenges, right? And they keep moving towards it. Chariot card, Pisces energy, darling dear. Cancer energy. Why do I say Pisces? Because it's ruled by the moon, darling dears. Lovers, this was a contract you made with a page. A page, impetuous. This is someone that has inner child wounds, darling dears, who bled it into your life. Outrageous. And now they got the nostalgias, darling dears. 6 of Cups on its face. They would love to come back for one more round, Julie, with your hairline, darling dears, to come and take you down. They want you to take you down, big cat. Imagine that. And they're emotionally manipulative, king size. What's this? The Knight of Wands, this fickle energy. I told you they're the town crier right about now, telling all of your tidbits to what? The feeble-minded. So much intel, big cat. So much intel and so little time. They want to come and interrupt you, right? Law 16 of the 48 laws of power. And also what? Law number 40 of the 48 laws of power. No free lunches, darling dears. There's always a back end without the Vaseline. Look. You had to watch show of strength in the face of the devil's most strongest worker, who is obsessively jealous of you, darling dear, of what you're building. Your growth game is off the chain. This is about you, what, being recognized for your skills. Maybe you've got a promotion, I don't know, a new home. Pentacles is tangible, right? And they're jealous and obsessed because you blocked them out of your life. Your block game is for the gods. Not a minute too soon, darling dears. Turn your shapely back. This is about you, what? Focusing on your long-term goals and dreams. It doesn't matter what they've told about you, darling dear. And it doesn't matter what they say. People will say things all of the time, especially these frenemies. But it's about what you are answering to, darling dears. It's not what you're called, it's what you answer to. Base of the deck. What did I say? This is bad news bear, right? This boy or gal. They're still chopping it up, and there's still a page to you. You who is what? Built for this shiznai. You are the empress or empress of everything. You are he or she for whom the sun rises. Good God. Base of the deck, darling dear. I told you we just saw the King of Swords in reverse. I mean, Queen of Swords in reverse, and now we've got the King. They've got they're in a situation. If they've got friendships or partnerships, there's a lot of skullduggery. There's a lot of lying, darling dear. King of Swords on its face is big time spine, but bitterness, darling dear. And did I tell you there was a spell casting heifer? A heifer. Listen, 2023 is what? Keeping your friendship circle, right? You may even be hopping on one foot, darling dear. Not everybody that presents is your friend, right? And they got the judgments on them, darling dear. Spiritual judgment next to the ones. Nothing like being on the docket. In Keitha, darling dears, that's where you get the rinse and repeat of a spiritual kick in the proverbial nutsack. And the judgment in reverse is no returnsies, no bringing them back from the dead. You're not a necromancer, and you're not Dr. Frankenstein, right? You're a happiness expert. Where's my shiz naive? I'm gonna hypnotize your ass now. You are a happiness expert. All you know is happiness, right? You've raised your vibration. How now, brown cow? Toxic tricks. And all they can do is think about you. They're trapped in that pea brain of theirs, darling dears. They're blindfolded because they don't know what your next move is, right? Your move is to be vigilant, black. You don't care what those behind you've got to say, because they're behind you for a reason, right? What's this? And they're a page. Pwah! I told you, immature energy. This is inner child wounds, or even childhood wounds, darling dears. And they want to come through with that fake cup of opium, darling dear. They want to offer you love. They want a new beginning. And I told you, some of them are jealous of you, who is pregnant at this moment in time. They're wishing badness on your pregnancy. Guard your fetus, darling dears. Get yourself away from those what bottom feeders with the T-Rex arms and the trippy talker ways. Big cat, there's 75 of you in the chat and only 39 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. I've got to warn all of the big cats. What's this? And they can't heal the situation between you. Why? Their true nature has been unmasked. They gave you pissant phobia, darling dears. And they will forever watch you, darling dears, these pages. You may have two progeny, as much as two progeny involved in a situation, because pages can represent progeny, and it could also represent siblings, darling dears. If it's siblings, they was never your friend, darling dear. You were sent to that situation to show them the light. They want to be in the dark. Oh well, that's their business, blood. Base of the deck, they're challenging, right? Leave that burden where it is. The ones is being spiritually guided to drop them on every level. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You don't compete with these bottom feeders, darling dears. That's disloyal to the core. Queen of Cups, darling dear, on her forehead. Pardon me. That was a spiritual belch, because I speaks the truth. And they're always, listen. They was creating injustices in your life, destabilization. There was no balance and harmony, darling dears. I'm telling you, you always felt it, but you've learned to what? Pay attention to your intuition, darling dear. Your intuition. That is your ancestors' way, as well as Father, Godmother, Isis of telling you to go left when you was gonna go right. Listen to your intuition. And also, right, I've got to take a breath, darling dear. Everything is just being chucked out of me. Also, right, it speaks about the dishonesty and the fact that karma has their address. Not only that, they're at the top of the list, mate. Everything was put to one side to get to them. Split the deck. They want to come and offer you something because you've got opportunities going your way. You don't want nothing from them. If you've got any, because Pentacalis is tangible things. If you've got anything from a frenemy or a snakehood who dared to be a sibling, darling dear, get rid from your what environment. They may not know what your domicile is, but if they've given you something, they can focus their energy on it, darling dear, and bring wickedness in your life. Remember, I told you that. These people that are obsessively jealous of what you got going on, these toxic tricks. You saw me shuffle. The same cards are coming out again. Face of the deck, darling dear. Let them be for air. Disappointed. When you see the Four of Cups on its face, it means that you've moved on emotionally from the situation. Because anyone that's got your emotions, they're your king. And they can be a tampon string in your life. And they're going to still come around with the begging bowl of what? Frienes and cognitive dissonance and hopium, darling dears. Hopium. Split the deck. Look. They will betray you again and again and again. And they'll be happy about it, darling dear. They'll be cheering up in the background to bring a big cat down. Listen. What's this? All they do is think about you, darling dear. They're thinking about the loyalty. They always thought they was better than you, bigger than you in a situation. They've got no new opportunities or offers coming their way, except what? Karma, darling. Yeah, a big slice of that karma, right? Good golly and gosh. The 5 of Wands on its face, right? This is about you avoiding whatever conflict they want to. Listen, your ancestors is making sure that you do the matrix with all of their wickedness, darling dear. Right? Let them beef with God. This is about you releasing the tension in the situation, darling. There's tension. They wanted you right smack bang in the middle of tension. 78 in the chat and only 51 thumbs up. Thank you very much, Big Cat. Pinky's up. Split the deck. And they're broke. They ain't got no money. These same frenemies, these same siblings, darling dears, they don't take care of their children. They're too busy being hyacinth, bucket or bouquet, right? Who cares about what someone else has got, right? You're not worried about what they've got. They can't afford it anyway. I told you. They don't compete where they don't compare. Outrageous. Their progeny had to bite their own umbilical cord and hit the ground running. Go and get a job. What do you mean you've only been on this earth 6 minutes? Go and get a job. Look, they're still carrying that begging bowl around, telling people your information, darling. They're trying to get at your emotionals. But listen, it's because you're winning, darling dear. A burglar does not try to break into an empty house, darling dear. It's because you're winning, you have status, and you're blessed and highly favored. Split the deck. This toxic trick can't do nothing. No matter what they meditate on for your wickedness in your life, darling dear, you're still winning. You are the what? More than a conqueror. Know this, Big Cat. Leave these what? Birds where they are. They was wicked before Donkey killed Philippe, and they're still wicked now. And they've got the karmas all on them of judgment, darling dear. That's their business. Nothing to do with you. They was never your friend. Breadcrumb the friendship, the partnership, the contract, darling dear. And now they want to be meek and mild after they created all of these injustices in your life. And don't let me go back to the hot gossip that they're handing out. They're bandying it around, Big Cat. Yeah, they need to leave off of them blood clot there and focus on their own soul, darling dears. Their own soul. They've got progeny. They're setting their progeny up to the 2nd and 3rd generation to what? Have the karma that they created. What's the matter with them? If you don't mean someone well, just let them go where they're going, darling dears. Let them go. These people will sell you out the same way that Joseph's brothers sold him out to the Egyptians, and Joseph still came back running things. Imagine that. All because Dad gave him what? A multicolored coat. Over a coat, darling dear. They sold him out. What did they sell you out for, darling dears? Little and nothing. And you offered nothing but loyalty to their table of wickedness. Right? Proverbs 26:11. Only a fool returns to folly the way a dog returns to vomit. Listen, we don't eat vomit. We eat cake in silence. Right? They live in a ghetto life, and smocation is indicated. The 1 and the 6 is the contract they rescinded, right? In their ghetto life. The contract that they had with you. It's been fulfilled. What else? Hold your gangster, Big Cat. We've got an 8. This is spiritual strength. Don't be tempted off your flip-flop, your common sense, right? To tongue wrestle or question anything they've done, right? When you've got these merchants of slander out there trying to bring a Big Cat down with your innermost secrets, it says nothing about you, but everything about their character. And remember, they're on the docket in Keitha. Nothing like being on the docket, beefing with God. How can you beef with God? What's the matter with them? Feeble-minded they be and missing. What's this? Peter 5:8. You have to be vigilant and on the alert. 11. Number 11 is about synchronicities, darling dears. It's about you continuing to be spiritually motivated, darling dears. Keep on the alert and keep it pushing. Keep winning, darling dear. You're built for this. Remember, we are tortoise cat. The race is not for the swift, it's for those that can endure, right? 33, your ancestors, right? Your way shows your spiritual guide. Your ascended masters, darling dears, are telling you are on the edge of what? A breakthrough. Because that's what you do. Keep your own counsel. Yes, they hurt you. Cry by yourself, right? But remember, you'll be drying your eyes on your pentacles. The spotlight's on you, darling dear. 17's about healing. Maybe some of you are stepping into fame. Maybe you're stepping up into the mic. It could also be a benefactor, somebody supporting you in the background, darling dear. Someone is being sent for you, darling dears. Sent to what? Help you to the next level, darling dear. Leave those peasants where they are. What did I say? For some of you, that frenemy was a family member. Blood is thicker than water, they say, but water's the only thing you can drink. And it's all about the bag that you've acquired, darling dears. It's all about the bag. Pentacles, like I said, is tangible things. A new home, car, career. Maybe it's because they're upset because Earth, Pentacles is Earth energy, feminine energy. Maybe because you are nurturing and supportive of your progenies, or you was nurturing and supporting of them. You gave them a lot of fertile ideas, and they're watching you be abundant with the blank rune of what? A wish being granted by the Most High. Outrageous, I know. 91 in the chat and only 61. I keep being corrected, darling dears. As they are being. You already know this. Your intuition is litty. The 2 is what? The High Priestess. Moon energy, darling dears. Moon is about the bad energy of a bad friend with bad intentions. What's this? Yeah, baby. We live in the North Node and let them reap what they sow. Cleanse what they did to you, darling dears, because some of you can take it to the grave and be on a knife's edge. Nah, babe, let go and let God, right? You've already done the research. They've been highlighted by your ancestral team, and you've already isolated yourself from a situation, and you're not going back. Not for all the tea in China. Base of the deck, Neptune energy. Neptune is the 12th house. The 12th house of what? Enemies, darling dears. Enemies, right? Deception, delusion, illusions, darling dears. They don't like the fact, right, that you have what? Spiritual ability while they're in bondage. They're going through some kind of fog, darling dear. And we've got Uranus. Uranus is the rebel, darling dear. The rebel of everything. Uranus also represents the internet, darling. They're watching you on the internet. They're watching you be liberated from whatever they try to keep you in the fucking ease, darling dears. They're also seeing you awakened. You're innovative, right? And individualism. You stand alone, but you are standing up. And again, it's on the 17. The spotlight, the evil eye of Sauron is on you, but no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. I nearly said 48:22. What's that? Bro, listen, that's no rest for the wicked, blood. Evilest cretins. They're raccoons. The trash must take itself out, big cat. Must. And now I'm sweating in my lace front. Let's get, because you guys love Kipper so much. I went for Kipper, but I got the moon cards. Let's do the Kipper first. If the moon cards fell into my hand, there's a message for you, darling dears. What does Kipper say about this shiznai? Before we finish up and continue to sock it to him, Scotty. All right. Love it. Don't hate it. What does Kipper want you to know? Karma has found their address. But remember, we mustn't laugh too hard because karma isn't discriminatory, darling dears. Just know that divine has seen your fault. Even God's pissed off. You can't piss off God. Beef with God. Final card for the big cat before we go forward to get great. Right? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Some of you went through a lot with these frenemies, these disingenuous family members that always hated your light, darling dear. It's over. It's done, darling dear. Give it to God. This is what? A full moon in Capricorn. It's because the status you've achieved, the 10th house, darling dears. For some of you, it's a father figure, maybe even the father of your progeny that hates your guts. They expected you to be on the rocks of life, but you are the bounce back king or queen. They should have read the footnote of you, darling dear. You are he or she for whom the sun rises. Once you realize you're gangster, how dare they? The effrontery of them. Base of the deck. You're very close to achieving your goals. What did I say? What did I say? Tell them at the back, right? It's a gibbonous moon. It speaks about what? Observe and align. The universe is aligning you with what? All of your wants, your wishes, your goals, and your dreams. Momentum is building. Hold on, big cat, and continue to work like a field hand in silencio. On that note, I drops me mic. Todd love to my Teesprings, Todd love to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. Don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Them need to leave off of them blood clot there, because what karma has found their address. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. Those friends was a lead balloon in your life.